Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are back with a new podcast for Knights of the Central Table with Zach,
Hello,
Mike,
hi there,
and Kyle. Last we did the NBA playoffs predictions of 2022. We had the Phoenix Suns winning in game 7 and winning by only 6 points in the first game, but they didn't do the rest of it. But we are going to get right into the NBA free agency, talking the offseason, talking about all the teams that didn't make the playoffs, and going and doing this right here, ideal landing spots for the top 25 free agents. Go through the teams, or go through the top 25 players, talk and discuss if this would be a good option for the team, if they should pick up this player or not. And we'll also delve into the teams as we go through it. For an example, the Indiana Pacers, we're all Indiana Pacers fans. We have quite a bit of work to do, and there's some NBA trades that we'll begin into here in a minute. But let's just go ahead and start probably the top 20 players, and then we might get into some of the Pacers news and stuff. But starting with number 25, we have Ivica Zubac from the Los Angeles Clippers. Possibly is a team option, so the team has the opportunity to accept his contract, or actually feeling unlikely that he will be getting declined for the Clippers.
They won't,
but
the
they
Clippers
do so.
Won't pick it up.
Huh?
Is that what you're saying? The Clippers won't.
Yeah, they're going to more than likely pick it up. Is what they. It feels like.
Declining.
Declining is that is an
they like him.
They like him a lot.
Okay.
But there's a possibility that he might not resign, or they might not pick up his option.
Oh, okay.
With
it says going to Denver.
Yep, going to Denver. That they might let DeMarcus Cousins walk away because he's had a great year, but health and age is a concern as to why they might pick up Zubac instead.
That'd be a great backup for Joker.
Zubac? Oh yeah,
tremendous.
I don't see the Clippers letting him walk.
No,
I don't see it either.
Unless they pick up somebody in the
Because
draft.
they have nobody. Who the Clippers?
Who's their
have
backup center? I don't have a clue who their backup center is.
I don't know.
God, I just watched their games. I've already forgotten who it is. But yeah, he's played too well for him to let him go. Like Zach said, unless they come up with somebody else.
In free agency. Yeah.
And I mean, he's one. As far as going to Denver goes, that does sound like a decent option depending on his price tag. But depending on how much he wants, I don't see them paying very much for him.
No,
not for a backup.
Not for a backup, not a starter. Especially because Jokic is going to be playing 36 plus minutes.
Yeah, I don't even know if Zubac would even want to go to.
If he gets
Denver because he won't get to start.
It's a possibility.
I mean, he's a starter now. Why would you go to be a backup?
Yeah,
unless what's a better team? Maybe,
listing him as a top 25 free agent.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Honestly.
The thing is with Denver, it's interesting that they've went and had a couple years ago. They had Mason Plumlee as a backup. They had DeMarcus Cousins. They do like a really, really big center as a backup. It's interesting because you have some teams that are just going smaller, but
they go big. They actually go bigger.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense though because more of the bench players like to rim run than to shoot because they're just not as good. So. You try to get the points you can. So you put in a tall center to stop people from rim running.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay. Mo Bamba is a restricted free agent, which means that he is going to have that opportunity, or the team has an opportunity to match that contract. Yeah. If not, they might just let him walk. That Milwaukee Bucks are one of the teams that is a good or an ideal landing spot according to Bleacher Report, which is actually not bad.
I mean,
I like that.
Lot. That replaces an old player with a young player that can do the same but more.
Yeah. And Lopez, Lopez is became a little bit better of a 3-point shooter, but
no doubt.
Like what they're saying here, that an injured Lopez that had been
he was hurt almost the whole season.
Yeah, the whole season, having him be possibly have him come at the 5. That'd be actually a really good move.
Better shot blocker and could bring some schematic continuity between the starters and bench. Huh.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I can see that. He's become a better. Mo Bamba's become a better player.
Oh yeah,
he really has.
Again, it didn't help whenever he was on the Magic at the beginning of his career. He was behind Nikola Vucevic, and Vucevic was an all-star,
right.
playing great minutes. And now he has great chemistry. He's able to start with Wendell Carter Jr., right?
Yeah.
He's become quite the player.
Yeah.
Next up is Nicholas Claxton, restricted in that they're saying the Brooklyn Nets, him staying with the Brooklyn Nets. It actually makes sense because, again, he's actually became a really good player.
Yep. I could see that. They're probably not going to let him go.
Yeah, that definitely goes well with an aging Drummond who hasn't been playing like the Drummond of Cleveland.
The only reason they would let him go is if his contract, somebody came outrageous and offered him too big a contract. They say no, but
I know. I guess Claxton did show a photo on Instagram of him and James Harden talking together. I guess they're good buddies, so he might go over to Philadelphia. He might want to try to at least.
I like what they said there though. At the bottom, it talks about him and Simmons, and then you got him, Simmons, and Durant all switching around on the 5.
That's pretty huge.
So, tall. Yeah, that's a good point. They're all 7 foot tall.
Yeah. Next up is Ricky Rubio.
Ricky Rubio,
so bad.
the greatest
stupid
guards of all time.
Going to Toronto.
For his last 2 seasons with the Timberwolves and Cleveland. We were just really come off the bench. His
time as a star is done pretty much.
Yeah.
So the idea,
he's got to be a bench guy.
Oh yeah, good solid bench guy. But
paying him, you can't. He's getting 12 million is almost too much for him now, isn't it?
12 million? Oh yeah.
He doesn't even play.
Yeah, 10 million
he's
tops.
Hurt, but...
Yeah.
He's starting to become like a McConnell for the Indiana Pacers, where 8 million is actually going to probably be the right set amount of money for him.
Exactly.
But speaking of
I like what they say at the bottom there, that they're last in assists
off the bench.
I feel like putting him on the bench definitely gets that ball moving around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But the Indiana Pacers, like what I talked about, we're going to eventually bring up the Pacers that we did trade for Ricky Rubio. Didn't play a minute for us because we traded away LeVert for their first round pick we could possibly get. But tonight, the night that we're recording this, if they lose, we don't get their pick anymore. It turns into 2 second round picks. But if they do win, we do get that pick, which would get them at the 16th pick in the draft.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, so would you say if they lose, we get it, or if they win?
If they lose, we don't get it. They get to keep their own pick. But if they do win, then we get their pick.
So they're going to lose tonight, though.
Yep, in which we all agreed on the podcast last that we were going to we don't get that pick anymore.
2 second round pick.
Converts to 2 second round picks.
So
then
draft,
we trade away LeVert.
Mid-range first round.
That trade was awful then.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we still have never understood why we traded LeVert. Does anybody understand? Was he going to be a free agent or not? No,
I don't think he.
No, because we just signed him.
Yeah, we just signed him, so I think he had another year left at least, if not 2.
So there was no real basis to trade him.
Again, salary cap, because now Ricky Rubio is a free agent.
So that'll be $12 million.
$12 million that we do have now.
We're not going to do anything
with.
I guess we must have already known ahead of time that we were trading Sabonis for that.
Yeah.
Because we knew we were going to get guard. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we knew we were going to get Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
Because, LeVert's a scoring guard. He's not a point guard.
Yeah, he's even more of a small forward even.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Well, at least he did.
I guess we must have known something was going to happen to get rid of LeVert. Because there was no real reason.
No.
Legitimate reason.
And speaking of Sabonis, that Tyrese Halliburton trade, I guess almost every executive or people in the front offices of every team were questioning why the Kings were trading him away, because every single team in the NBA were wanting Halliburton, and they thought there's no way he's going to be available. We just got lucky, and he was available for Sabonis. So,
yeah,
which I didn't understand because that backcourt duo of Fox and Halliburton
was
really
pretty.
decent.
I know.
Yeah,
that was they broke that up. That didn't make a lot of sense.
It reminds me a lot of Bane and Jaw.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to break that up.
No.
So Ricky Rubio, Toronto, that's fine. That's a good.
I think
that'd be good for them.
Yep.
Ricky can hang around for another year in the NBA, get paid $12 million.
The next one is an ideal landing spot, but yet you're again getting a guy that is at the end of his career.
Yeah.
He's 29, 30 years old.
Yeah, he's never been a big star, nothing, no.
And they say right here, another veteran at 3-and-D forward, and Robert Covington, that's the ideal thing. Yeah, they already have him. The thing when it comes to the Lakers, which we're eventually going to get into, is that they're an older team. When it comes to super teams, when it comes to an example, the Lakers, this kind of money cap that you have 3 superstars that are making this amount of money, you're not going to have. You're not going to be able to make money.
You don't have enough money left to pay anybody else. So you end up getting guys like
Carmelo Anthony, who's at the end of his career, Dwight Howard, Covington.
Yeah.
Honestly, they just don't have that young spark.
No, they have no young spark.
Whenever the Cavs won, they had Kyrie blast off to go and give him that young spark. Like, Anthony Davis is not that young anymore.
No, he's always hurt, obviously.
Always hurt.
That.
And I mean,
there's no John Morant, let's face it.
No.
Like, LeBron James at 36 is giving them that young spark, and that just
that's not
sustainable.
No,
especially whenever he doesn't care.
Yeah. He was just dropping 50 bombs and
just to get
that scoring title to get away from Kareem. And the thing is that, like what you were saying, is that they need that young spark.
Right.
What player is going to go and be like, let's go play with a 35-plus-year-old team? Is the
that's not going to win the championship.
It's going to win the championship.
Right. It's like whenever the Lakers remade their team a handful of years ago, and they thought it was going to be crazy when
Who's
they got
that?
Steve Nash.
Dwight Howard, Kobe. Yeah.
It's just they're too old to be. That's
you
why
need
you were able to get them all together.
Guys.
Yeah. Speaking of the Lakers, let's go ahead and we talked about this before the podcast. Let's get it out of the way. There's talks of Malcolm Brogdon and Buddy Hield for Westbrook.
Yeah.
No.
And we talked it. It's all about salary.
Yeah.
For the Pacers.
Yeah.
That will give up those 2 salaries, which equals to about not up to 47,
but close to it.
In the 40s.
Yep.
For Westbrook, who's going to make $47 million. So we could dump him and pay the $47 million, but not
have him play,
and then we'll get rid of that $47 million contract
for the next year.
So, but
we're looking through free agents right now.
So far,
nobody worth it.
There's nobody worth it. So why would we?
Why would you lose the 2
$47 million is not going to be worth it if Harden won't come to us or
Durant.
We don't want Harden anyway. But let's talk about the top players: Lillard, Durant, LeBron James,
Kyrie.
None of these team guys are going to come.
Nikola Jokic.
Stop watching the Pacers if LeBron James.
I will. I would too. I would too. And they're not going to anyway. See, Indiana is not a draw for free agents.
No. You got cornfields out the walls.
No. So
the only reason LeBron even went back to Cleveland was because he's from Akron.
From Akron.
And he wanted to win one championship.
And then he left as soon as possible.
Yep.
So nobody from Miami's going to move to Indiana.
No, not Butler's not going to come up here.
Really, from any country, state's going to move to Indiana.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, is he going to come to Indiana?
No.
So getting rid of the salaries doesn't do, other than it helps Herb Simon, the owner of the Pacers, didn't have to pay any more money.
Yep.
So what we'll end up doing from then on will be the Oklahoma City of the NBA. We'll have a bunch of
small
rookies
contracts,
coming in, rookies and small contracts, and we'll have a losing team for the next 20 years. So I can't do it.
There is something I want to get off my chest when it comes to a certain player that we keep hearing for the past 3 years that could be possibly coming to us for Evan Turner is Gordon Hayward.
Right.
Gordon Hayward. Yes, I know he's a Butler guy.
Right.
He's an Indiana homegrown guy.
Right.
your contract is gross $30 million.
Right.
For a guy that,
do we know what?
After he left the Jazz, has been injured every single year.
Do we know what year he's in? What year is
this is only like his second year. He has 2 more years of $60
so we'd
million.
have to pay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he doesn't play, right? Like you said, he's always injured. He's doesn't play. He plays all right, but he's not good enough to.
No, he was never worth his contract.
To begin with, right? So he's a slow, older white guy that doesn't play that well.
Well,
I mean, he's no better than Malcolm Brogdon.
No.
Or
he's not very good at defense.
No. So really, that'd be the worst. Oh yeah,
it'd be awful.
The worst, awful.
The only
I've heard that a lot too. Yeah.
The thing I also heard, which this is actually not a bad trade, is PJ Washington.
Okay.
And Kelly Oubre.
Okay.
And I think they had even attached either James Bouknight or their this year's pick for Miles Turner. Where are you with that?
Yeah,
Kelly Oubre's a stud.
As long as we get
in more than one ways too.
We need draft picks. You know,
we need
another draft pick.
PJ Washington's a nice young player too.
And plus, we get rid of Turner's salary.
Yep.
So I mean, that.
Yeah, I'm still the hard part about Turner is
his defense.
we miss. They haven't looked at any bigs to replace him, and I don't understand why they're doing that. Like, if you get rid of a center, you need to find a new center.
I see that.
Small.
Yeah,
and we're just not, and I don't understand what the end of the season proved it so hard.
We needed a center. We needed some.
We got nobody getting rebounds.
Well, there's that Goga guy.
Defense.
I mean, Goga's decent.
Yeah, he's a backup. He'll always be a backup.
He's not more
with a backup.
15,
yeah, he's always a backup. He's too slow. He's like Roy Hibbert.
Yep.
Slow.
Got them stiff legs. Yep.
We got Jackson, but he's more of a forward.
Yep.
Let's face it.
Oh yeah. No doubt about that.
And then we had Jalen Smith.
Again, is also a forward. Yep.
Right. So we really need a center.
A true center. Yep.
Turner just hasn't played as a center yet. He doesn't play as a center.
He's like we talked about before. We did the podcast is that the Sabonis and Turner duo actually worked pretty well because Sabonis was a great rebounder.
And
he played the center.
Inside, right? And Turner stayed on the outside.
Yep.
And
I know.
The only thing that we had a big problem with was big centers because Sabonis would stay on the inside and he just wasn't that
couldn't
big
guard
Yeah.
Embiid or a Joker.
Yeah.
No, but it was great because on the defensive end we could have Turner block shots.
Yep.
And Sabonis would guard this big forward out of
and then
wing.
Would box out and get boards.
So it was actually worked out well. That's why I love getting Tyrese Halliburton. Don't get me wrong. I wish we didn't have to trade Sabonis.
No,
I'd love Domantas Sabonis.
Yep.
I always did.
The thing that makes me hate that trade even more is that they did it for Carlisle. And I thought Carlisle should have been fired.
I think he did it. He did it on purpose.
Yeah, he did.
He wanted.
He didn't like Sabonis.
I guess he didn't like Sabonis.
Yeah.
He didn't like that kind of.
Sabonis talked about one out for a while.
Well,
yeah, he's wanting to go to California. His girlfriend's wife's from California.
I don't think they hit it off. Sabonis and Carlisle.
No. Sabonis is not the best defender. Carlisle likes good defending bigs.
He likes a three-point shooter. From Carlisle thought this is old school basketball.
Yep.
He didn't like that old school.
No.
But you get Tyrese Halliburton can shoot. Don't get me wrong, but he's not a pure shooter.
No.
He does this push shot or whatever he does. Buddy Hield now, that's a shooter. He can shoot.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you had to really need to give up Sabonis. I don't think you need. I'd been better off if we traded Turner out there. You know what I'm saying? And got another pick or something.
I think they put
and got a center.
A lot of emphasis on not Buddy Hield, but on Halliburton's potential.
Potential. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's definitely not worth Sabonis right now.
No, not straight up.
But,
I think also what that trade was about is that we actually were able to get rid of $17 extra million with trading away Justin Holiday and Jeremy Lamb. That Jeremy Lamb contract, that was huge to get rid of that. That was a burden and a half. That was awful.
Yeah, that was killing us. Yeah, that's a good point.
While Hield can't play defense either, he can definitely shoot.
Score. Better even than Holiday.
Holiday or
Oh,
Lamb both combined.
Yeah.
Lamb, whenever he came in, it always just made me mad.
But I remember I was at work. These two would text back and forth, and it was like, I can't fucking stand Lamb. Y'all would be pissed.
The only person that was worse was freaking Wanamaker.
Oh, Wanamaker, yeah, Brad Wanamaker.
How's he
that Wanamaker would come in and play?
His stat was a turnover.
I know. The worst player in the NBA was on our team, and he played him.
How's he a player?
I knew we were tanking. I knew we were tanking when we put Wanamaker in there because he was the worst player in the NBA. He was actually a slow black guy that couldn't jump, couldn't assist, couldn't score. He was really couldn't dribble, threw the ball away, turned it over. I thought we had Sykes sitting on the bench, we had Washington sitting on the bench. We had all these, and I thought, well, play those guys. If you're going to play somebody, play at least a rookie, a guy that can run and jump and score. Instead of Wanamaker,
at least
it was the worst player we ever had.
Try to find some potential somewhere else.
Yeah, Wanamaker's like a 10-year guy that was the worst player on our ever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe ever.
Probably ever.
I'd rather take T.J. Leaf.
Wow.
Or any of those guys that we could think of.
But the Anabogu or something like that used to be Ike Anabogu. You don't remember?
I'd take him.
Yeah,
I'd take him.
You take
Wanamaker was awful, and who else did we just say? Who was that? Lamb.
Jim Lamb. Yeah,
he's like Kyle Anderson, but worse. slow guy.
Dude,
and he'd come down, he'd do something. He couldn't guard anybody, and he'd shoot. He'd hog the ball a lot, it, and then shoot, throw the ball up.
And the only reason we even picked him up was because of that one circus 3 that he made from beyond half court.
Yeah,
in
Charlotte.
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, so getting rid of those salaries, getting rid of Holiday and Lamb was fine. I wasn't too pleased. I wasn't too pleased about Holiday going.
Yeah,
but since we got healed, I mean, what the hell? Same difference.
Pretty much.
They both shoot threes.
Holiday was one of the most inconsistent players I've ever seen.
One day he'd be 5 for 6 from 3, and the next day he'd be
1
for
6.
6.
Yeah, over 6. Yeah, I've seen some of those.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah. But when he was hot, it was great. But he just wasn't, like Zach said, not consistent enough. So getting rid of those salaries, that was a good move. So we got Covington, then on to
20.
Andre
Drummond, possibly going to the Dallas Mavericks. That's not bad rim protection for them.
It'd be a great pickup for Dallas. I
don't know why the Nets wouldn't
keep him though. They're going to have to keep him.
He might.
I don't know about Zach. He probably feels the same way. He's actually had a second life coming to the Nets.
He
really has.
I mean, after your stuff on Cleveland for so long.
No, Detroit. For all those years.
I've said Cleveland all day.
Well, yeah.
Both teams have been just toiling and shit.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. He was the most underappreciated guy.
Underappreciated.
20 rebounds a game.
20
guy. Yeah.
And I mean, he was his field goal or free throw percentage was
awful.
It was like 40%, but his field goal percentage was like
70.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
the guy can rebound and block shots, and he
stole the ball.
Dominant guy inside. That was a great pickup by the Nets. Great pickup. And now,
if he goes to the Mavs, that's a great place because they need a big.
Oh yeah,
they do.
They could use that.
Oh yeah.
I guess it's gonna be all about salary, isn't it?
It is.
It's gonna be how much they're gonna offer.
Yep. If the Dallas Mavericks.
It doesn't even say that he's restricted.
So he's a free agent.
So he's
unrestricted. So he can just
go anywhere.
Yeah. See, look at the center. Look who they have now. They've got
Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber, and Marquise Chris.
So he could come in there and just be the starter.
Yep,
it's
easily.
It's so funny to me because I remember when Chris was picked up.
Marquise Chris,
4th pick.
Marquise Chris,
yeah. And now he's just kind of
he's a player.
Also ran in.
Yep, a journeyman.
I didn't even realize he was still in there.
Yeah, I didn't even know that either. Next up is Otto Porter Jr. going to the Pelicans. He has rejuvenated his career now on the Golden State Warriors. He's actually done a pretty good job. It shows him right here. Averaged 8.2 points, 1.3 threes on 36.9% from 3.
Well, he's one of those players that had a really good year right before his contract was up.
Helped him a lot.
And then they gave him a stupid contract.
Yeah.
And he he wasn't a good enough player
Yeah.
to
No.
live up to that.
No.
Right.
And so he just got shit on
Yep.
for having this crazy contract.
Yep.
And now he's kind of
not living up to it. And now, a couple more years
he's
have
kind of
passed,
coming.
and he's, back to being, I don't need to live up to this crazy contract.
Yep.
Good point.
I can just be a decent player.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now he's a decent player.
You,
He's a
you,
good player.
you nailed it because when he was with John Wall, Bradley Beal, there's supposed to be that big trio in Washington. They gave him that gross contract that he had not got up to that potential of that contract. And then you nailed it. It was then for them to actually get for Pelicans to possibly get our Porter. That's not a bad option.
That would help them a lot.
That would be pretty decent.
I don't like it if Zion comes back healthy, just because I think he's to the point where he's back to being too good to come off the bench.
Yeah, that's true.
Without doing a significant amount of minutes.
Yeah.
Because who are you benching for Otto Porter Jr.?
Probably Devontae Graham, maybe.
But
maybe
he's
not
a
really.
Forward, so you'd have to bench Ingram or Zion.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not
neither
benching
one of
either
those.
one of
No.
them to give Otto Porter Jr. minutes.
Yeah,
that's not going to happen.
I mean, right now he's coming off the bench, so I guess he might not care too much.
Assuming Zion Williamson is healthy, Warder would almost certainly have to come off the bench, but lineups with Zion as a point center will almost requires a stretch for an Otto, and Porter could provide that. But they have Valanciunas. He just signed a contract extension, so he signed a 4-year extension.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought Valanciunas was one of the ones that we were going to talk about later.
So I
like this. This makes me laugh.
Minnesota Timberwolves.
18th is where they have
Russell Westbrook
as a top free agent.
Free agent.
I wonder. Makes me wonder if it's in order or not. It can't be in order.
No,
it really just has to be top 25 because Dort is 17.
Dort is that's
I
true.
would take a shitty Russell Westbrook over a Dort.
Against Dort, yeah. I didn't know that was his first name.
Kind of take over Dort over
Russell Westbrook remaining with the Lakers beyond this season feels unlikely.
I mean, if you add in their contract values,
that's
I would definitely take in Dort because I don't want to pay Russell Westbrook $47 million to throw it to the other team.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So, how does free agency work? Does Westbrook go out there? Okay, let's say he doesn't accept the player option.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean he's automatically a free agent?
Yeah.
Wonder what date there is.
There is a date to pick up the option.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So all players have to have it picked up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know. In the meantime, can he check with teams, or is that illegal?
It depends on the team most of the time.
You're not supposed to contact.
I don't know if you saw stuff about Tyreek Hill in football.
Yeah.
Basically, they were like, "Hey, we don't want to pay you what you want, so."
The Chiefs.
Yeah. Go ahead and check with other teams, and if you can find a trade offer that we like, we'll go ahead and trade you. And that's how he was able to find the Dolphins and the Jets, and that's why those were his two.
Okay, so that's why they're doing this whole thing with the Pacers.
Yeah, Pacers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so the thing with, like what Zach was talking about, a possible trade, you have to wait till after the season is completely over and then the free agency starts. Because if it happens between now and then, it's called tampering. That's where you get fines. You could lose draft picks. So
it has to be after a certain date too.
Oh, okay, that makes sense because Westbrook would be. Let's face it, he'd be crazy not to pick up the player.
Oh yeah, 47 million.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell he's gonna ever get that kind of money ever again. Ever again.
No.
I mean, I can't say ever again.
No. It's 100% fact. He is never getting anywhere close to that again.
No, because
I can picture some team out there though giving that kind of money because
unless he completely turns around and goes back to how he was 3 years ago.
Trouble is, you don't know that until he plays next season.
Yep.
So you couldn't.
I see him taking that
47
million.
And hopefully having a great year next year. Yeah. Hopefully coming back to being a great player.
Trying to make that kind of money, but he's not going to, though.
So let's say he becomes a triple-double guy again. He comes to the Pacers, let's say, and triple-double guy.
Let's say
but it's not. Hopefully it'll never happen. So then he can say, okay, let's make sure I get this right. The Pacers trade for him.
We have the
So
$47
we have
million.
to pay the $47 million.
Yep.
And then the year after that, he's a free agent.
Yep.
So he's going to have to be on his best behavior and play tremendous.
Yep. Shooting like 60% from three.
Unless some team steps out right now and signs him a 5-year max contract right now. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So he's kind of in a good spot in a way because it's $47 million.
Yep.
But he's kind of in a bad spot because this is it.
Yep.
And there's also that option that nobody wants to pick up that $47 million pieces player, and he just has to sit on the Lakers.
It's kind of like what Wall did. John Wall did.
Yeah.
He sat there.
Well, I mean, he was hurt for that whole time. But
So say this again now. So if Westbrook chooses
if he chooses to accept the player option, he's still technically a Laker.
Right.
Unless
they have to pay it.
They have to pay it. Yep.
Yeah, they have to pay it.
Yep, no matter what. Until they get traded.
If he gets traded, right.
Yep. Then that team picks up that option.
But they could actually sit him the whole year if they wanted to.
They could.
Yeah, but they still have to pay. They pay him $47
to sit.
million
Just sit on the bench.
Kind of like what happened with Wall. Then.
Wall. Yep.
So
and when it comes to this right here, saying that the Timberwolves, I do not see them.
I don't see that either. I don't know where they came up.
There's a guy named Patrick Beverley that absolutely despises Westbrook. Westbrook hates him, so why would they want to get?
Plus, you got Anthony Edwards and all these young.
Yeah, you got the young roster.
Let's face it, Russell Westbrook right now is the team wrecker of the NBA.
He is.
He's going to wreck whatever team he's on.
No matter team. Yeah.
I mean, he's like James Harden, Junior James Harden. Well, not Junior. They're equal.
They say it's basically to clear out the paint and let Russell do what he did when he was in Houston.
Really? You see that? Where is that?
In the bottom.
Oh, right here. Anything will do to confident.
His ability to surround with shooters, particularly at the 5 with Cat.
Could just do that.
Which, I mean, Cat literally just won the 3-point contest.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
I mean,
but Russell has a tendency to shoot the ball. So why would you?
He's got to be in the paint to shoot the ball and make it.
Is what they're saying.
Oh, okay.
So they want to clear out the paint like they did in Houston, which
they go sit around, shoot threes.
Biggest downfall of Houston.
That didn't work with their shit. That didn't work with their crap.
Yeah.
So, I didn't see. I can't really see any team. Oh well, there's teams that will take them that are so bad right now that
I think that's probably why the Pacers are the other option is because they're Carlisle's stupid with that and having Turner and go
send out the 3-point line.
Three-point line.
He thinks Porzingis type of thing when he's sitting at the 3.
Yeah, Dirk Nowitzki prior to that, where he shot mid-range 3-pointers.
Let's face it, though. It'd make no sense on God's green earth for Russell Westbrook to be on the Pacers because we had Tyrese Halliburton as our guard and Malcolm Brogdon.
Yep.
So why would you bring another guard in that's a ball hog?
To have him be...
What?
Honestly, it'd make more sense to put him at small forward if you're just going to use him as a rebounder.
Yeah.
Because that's what the Pacers need right now is a rebounder.
But
I mean, they've got some decent up and
so we lose it. He doesn't shoot well.
No.
The Pacers need a shooter right now. We don't have any shooters.
Yeah.
Well, he can't shoot. So he's a ball hog and he can't shoot and he turns the ball over. And we got Tyrese Halliburton. He's a young guy. That would ruin his career.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't ruin it, but it would put him way behind.
Yeah.
And plus he's a bad teammate.
Especially to give up that much for 1 year because they're not going to re-sign him.
No.
If they even kept him, and that's just stupid.
Well, okay, let me ask you guys a question. We can move on. How much do you think Westbrook's going to be worth after this player option the following year?
$15 million.
Becomes a free agent.
Yeah.
How much?
Maybe at tops 20.
What do you think he'll get paid?
He'll get half at most.
20. I say 20.
Contract.
No, he'll get paid.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, look at Gordon Hayward, like we just talked about.
Yeah,
he's $30 million.
He'll get paid for his potential to do
his triple doubles.
Yeah.
Again.
I could see somebody like the Knicks picking him up or something. Knicks buying him. But
the Knicks are dumb like
that.
But
I see that's the end of his $47 million contract.
Oh,
yeah.
So there's no way.
He shouldn't make that kind of money. Shouldn't. But like what we just said, there's a possibility that he might get that kind of contract again.
Unless he does a resurgence with the Lakers, I don't think he can because you have to be on the team to get for a couple of
Supermax.
years.
Oh, they get the Supermax. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah,
And
that kind of money, you have to be a Supermax contract.
And he'll never get a Supermax again because you have to be a first team.
Again, also if he just goes off during this upcoming season.
To
be all NBA. Yeah,
I don't see that ever happening.
Yeah, I don't think it's a first team. I think it's just
all NBA. One of them.
I don't see that happening. Okay. Oh,
Lou Dortz of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Possibly their ideal landing spot would be the Portland Trailblazers, according to this. It'd be an intriguing match. Again, it depends on what they say in this.
He's a good defender.
Surround Lillard with a better perimeter defender. They already have Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Josh Hart's a pretty decent perimeter defender. Again, Lou Dortz wouldn't be too bad.
I don't see a reason as to why the Thunder decline his team option.
Pretty much. I don't get why they would do that either. It doesn't specify.
Going to the Blazers would be a good team for him. Yeah. But
I don't see Thunder declining it.
It says right there he'll only be 23.
Yeah.
So he's
there's no way he's going anywhere.
That's exactly what Oklahoma City wants.
Unless they just think it was unless they want to play. Because I don't think Giddey and Shai are going to play well together.
No.
Which I thought it was a little silly that they
when they drafted Giddey.
Yeah. But he's had a great year, but like what Zach said,
they're the same player.
Yeah.
They're like the same player, aren't
they?
In a way.
Yeah.
I mean, Alexander could shoot better.
Shai is more like Russell Westbrook, and Giddey is more like LeBron James.
Yep.
And that just.
It didn't match.
It didn't match. Yeah, it didn't match.
They both need the ball in their hands.
Yep.
I guess the only thing is that the Thunder do have at least 2 or 3 picks in this draft. They might go and get themselves a nice defending guard that could be a better option when it comes to the.
Maybe they're gonna pay him less than Dort.
Yeah.
So he's only a rookie, though.
Yeah, he's only 23 years old. Again, he's as a team option.
He must not have a very big contract.
No, it's only like $3 million.
So you think they'd pick him up, like Zach said?
I mean, for his contract has to be worth
like
picking
$3 million
or
something.
Yeah, something like that. Because
cheap.
I don't remember. He must have been the second round pick.
He's
their
not.
First round pick had to be an early pick, and I can't imagine him.
Yeah, I don't think he was a first.
I never heard of him until
this past year.
He came into the pros, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up is Bobby Portis with the New York Knicks. I think he play that for them
before.
I thought he did at one point, but evidently
he was the Bulls. We know he's with the Bulls.
He's played on a lot of teams.
He has since the Bulls.
I still don't. I don't see it. I don't understand why. Like on the Bucks, he's hit some threes, but like other than that, people have to double team Giannis.
So that's why he's open.
So he gets some boards.
This is former Knicks Bobby Portis averaged 12 points.
Oh, he was
1.3, 1.4 threes on 40% from three.
So he's been on the Knicks. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean Randall leaving, I guess would be.
Yeah.
He might want to get traded, so yeah.
Well, he's got player options. That means he can.
I can't imagine his player options very big.
No,
I wouldn't think so either.
You already have Holiday, Middleton, and Giannis all making the max contracts. The rest of the team is again watered down to where they're only making like minimum contracts and stuff. So
that's true.
I
mean, it's like what Zach said. We just don't see the real thing of what Bobby Portis should have been with the Bulls.
I mean, being a replacement for Julius Randle, that's not going to be a thing.
No.
Like Julius Randle is a better player than
he is.
Bobby
Portis.
By far. Yep.
But I mean,
Randle could average 25 points a game if he.
Started
shooting again.
Yeah, started playing like a good player and a good teammate.
I guess I like that. They say if Randall is still there to have them play together, that wouldn't be too bad because they'd be interchangeable to guard that 4-5.
Yeah.
Switching and having the ability to shoot and stuff like that.
I think Portis has become one of those guys. He's like the Doug McDermott or a guy that kind of just goes from team to team, filling in on different spots.
Yep.
He's not a guy you build around, but he's a guy that can
go and hit threes here and there.
Yeah.
Go and get a couple rebounds.
Yeah.
Okay. It's up. It's at 15th.
Oh.
Isaiah Hartenstein for the Golden State
Well, you don't hear about him
Warriors.
very often. That's the backup for Zubac. For
Clippers.
He's their backup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's their backup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's got a hot girlfriend.
Hartenstein?
Yeah.
Really?
That'd be crazy if both Hartenstein and Zubac left the Clippers. Like,
wow. What would they do? That would hurt.
He's averaging 17 points, 10 rebounds, 2.4 blocks, 1.5 steals per 75 possessions. So, technically, according to that, is per 75 is what he would average, but he probably is not averaging that kind of percentage.
Game. Yeah,
or those kind of statistical things. It's like that PR 36 that is possible of what he could do,
yeah.
but that's not what he's actually averaging.
And I like what they say, like, for the Warriors, they need a big that's a traditional big that can, hold the paint down and get those boards.
Yeah.
Demand a lot of shots. Yeah.
Passing it out to your shooters. Can't stand that on NBA 2K, how my big can't get a board and then the other team just tosses it right back out for an easy three.
Yeah.
It drives me. Yeah, that drives me nuts.
He's one of my bigs.
But yeah, I like that because we're questioning the health of James Wiseman now. He's been hurt.
James Wiseman. I forgot about him.
He's been in the G League all year.
Yeah.
He's always hurt. Yeah, that's
and
a good
then
point.
his rookie year was not that spectacular.
I always kept hearing trades for Turner and Wiseman.
I heard that too.
Heard that too?
Yeah.
I mean, that's trade, for another injured guy.
Yeah.
So they're both injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just Wiseman was a higher level offense, and Turner was a higher level
defense.
Yeah.
So they wanted the more defensive-minded player to even out.
Gary Payton the second, he has became phenomenal. I love Gary Payton.
He's got a great defense, that's for damn sure.
Atlanta Hawks, I like that. Trae Young is a really terrible defending guard, and I like Gary Payton going there to give him that spark of that defense.
How many years has Payton been in the league? I didn't know
he was undrafted, and he's been around for a good minute. He's still young, so
yeah, he's a free agent. So that means he's not in the rookie contract.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
But yeah, I like that a lot. It would suck for Golden State because he's been a phenomenal bench player for them.
For Hawks. Yeah, that'd be a good pickup.
Next up is Colin Sexton. They're saying restricted and that he should just come back to Cleveland.
Oh damn, he's 29 years old.
Payton is already.
Payton, really?
What's he been doing all these years?
I don't know.
Probably G League, I guess. Yeah. I didn't realize that. Huh. Colin Sexton as a restricted, staying with Cleveland. It's not a bad option. They already have Karis LeVert, Darius Garland. Rajon Rondo's coming off the bench. Okoro.
16.
He's been
Payton has?
Yeah.
I never even heard of him until.
He was drafted in 16.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I had no clue.
Well, he's come on strong this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Sexton.
I love the idea of Sexton Garland combo.
Well, that'd be fine.
That would be beautiful.
But then they've already got who's LeVert. Well, LeVert, like you said, he may be more
small forward. Yeah,
I guess.
But then they have Okoro.
And they got Rondo.
Bench, yeah, that's true.
He hasn't been.
Rondo probably won't be on the team.
Rondo's going to be gone.
I think he's close to retiring.
Yeah. He's got 18.
Yeah.
He's like his 18th year or something like that, Rondo.
That's not a bad option. Yeah, that's
sticking with Cleveland.
Sticking with Cleveland probably be his best option. Ideal scenario.
I like how they just are like, we're not going to think about this. He's just staying with Cleveland.
Yeah. With him, it's the same T.J. Warren story. When you've been hurt, your options are limited as far as getting paid.
Yep.
Teams don't want to pay you.
Yeah.
Because you didn't get a chance to show what you're worth.
Yep.
I mean, they're paying you for your potential. So I don't know. I could see Cleveland keeping him.
Yeah.
And then he's
restricted
after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's restricted, which means
For 1 year.
that it's not even 1 year. It's whatever the other team would want to.
Oh, I see.
So they can offer him a 2-year, a 4-year, a 5-year. They have options, and so they could just have that option to match it or not. So it depends.
And I mean, what they say about him coming off the bench sounds pretty decent too. Like that would be a great 6-man option to have.
Oh yeah.
Colin Sexton.
Next up is Montrezl Harrell for the 76ers.
I like that a lot. I don't like Tobias Harris being a power forward.
No.
He hasn't been good since he moved to the power forward spot.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I feel like he was much better as a
small forward. Yes, by far. He's just too small. Like height wise.
Yeah.
Built like body wise, he's built, but he's just not that kind of a power forward. But yeah, I like that a lot. It gives him
a really strong power forward.
Yep.
To play alongside Embiid.
Embiid, oh yeah.
Or even if you have him coming off the bench, it's a nice big to replace Embiid.
Yep. Next up is Yusuf Nurkic going to Charlotte. Again, he's been hurt, but I actually don't mind that. Yusuf Nurkic has not been the player that he was back in during the bubble, whenever he was averaging 20 points, 15 rebounds. Like, he was an absolute stud during that time, but
I think there's too much injury with him to like the bias on his injury stats.
Yep.
I don't see him being traded. Like
no.
He's very like before he got hurt, he was compared to Joker.
Yep.
It's a decent comparison if he's healthy.
Yep.
But I mean, going to the Hornets is awesome, but I see the well, if he's unrestricted, then he can go wherever.
Yeah, he go wherever.
I see the Trailblazers trying to re-sign him though. Him and Lillard together, I think, are a good tandem to build your team around.
Yes.
Because I don't think they have anybody else that's big or remotely big on the team.
They have Cody Zeller.
I don't think they have anybody else that's remotely big on the team. Talk about one of the biggest draft busts. What was he, the 4th pick? 5th pick?
I think the 3rd pick.
Was he the 3rd? I thought he was the 5th because I thought Depot was the 4th. No, Depot was the 2nd.
He was 3rd.
So he was 3rd.
Yep. Charlotte,
That's gross.
3rd pick. Next up, we got 10 through 6. Malik Monk, that is on right now the Los Angeles Lakers. Potentially, an ideal scenario would be him going to Detroit Pistons.
I think the Lakers have to blow shit up because they just don't have any money. Because Westbrook's staying, so they're gonna have to pay $47 million.
Yep.
And Monk is unrestricted. It looks like.
Yep, he is.
So he'll get money.
He's gonna get a decent contract.
Yep.
They're gonna have to be able.
Young potential.
I don't know if they'll be able to afford it. Will they?
No, they won't.
I can't see them being able to afford because it doesn't make any sense for the Lakers not to try to keep him.
Yep.
Like.
So like what I talked about, every single player that's not named Westbrook, LeBron James, or Anthony Davis are on minimum contracts. They can't afford to be able to go and give a Malik Monk that $10 million contract that he's probably gonna get.
Honestly, if some team offered him only $10 million, I would be surprised because
he should get more than that.
I mean, he only averaged 13 points.
39% from 3.
And it doesn't say a minute on there.
No.
I'm pretty sure he didn't play very many minutes.
Very
He's probably
few.
one of the better players on their team.
Oh, by far. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
no doubt.
Like, you have to keep Westbrook in when you're paying him $40 million.
Yep.
But I would have benched Westbrook.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look at Frank Vogel. He did actually bench him a couple different times, and he said that he was just not the player that we needed for defense and stuff.
That's right.
So yeah, I don't mind Malik Monk going to Detroit. He's a young player. They can go play along with Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, Marvin Bagley, Isaiah Stewart. It'd be a great team. I love that for them.
Yeah.
And it says right here, that's exactly what the Detroit Pistons needed around Cade Cunningham, who averaged 5.6 assists that ranked 29th in the league on 3-point percentage.
So yeah, you bring him in there. And that...
Yeah, I mean, for Sadiq Bey was a little inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that'll
except for
probably...
against the Pacers.
Yeah. Well, that's just everybody was
everybody.
Against the Pacers. But like that, he puts in a good spot to make a competition for the starting role between the two of them. To you play better today, well, you're going to start next game.
That's right.
And vice versa, and
that's the thing when it comes to Detroit is that I like where they are when it comes to all their contracts. I wish they go and sign Jeremy Grant for another 2-year, do the exact same kind of contract, 2-year, $40 million, $20 million a year, and that was stretch out the potential with the other players, see where everybody stands, because like what Zach said is that if one player's playing hot, by God, you're a starter. If you're not, then we might move on from you down the road because there's a very young roster.
It really is.
And Fernie Simons, Portland Trailblazers, you better hope, Portland, that you can get this young man back. I love Fernie Simons.
So, I see what you're saying. Yeah, he could go to another team.
Yeah, he might.
I like it with getting rid of McCollum. You need that other guard.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, even if it's coming off the bench as a sixth man, like...
Yep. Oh, yeah. And who knows if this gentleman right here, Damian Lillard, where he stands when it comes to his presence when it comes to the team. He's been loyal. He's been there since 2013, 2014, I believe.
Yeah, somewhere like that. It's been a while.
Yeah, he's been there for a good minute. I appreciate him for staying as long as he has. I wouldn't blame him if he were to ask for a trade, but I like him staying with Portland because he's been there for so long.
Yeah,
he's one of the few examples that have stayed.
He puts on the lip service that says that I wouldn't dream of playing anywhere else.
Yeah,
but I mean we've also heard players say that before. We've heard teams say that they're not trading players.
Yep.
And then they trade him.
Tyrese Halliburton is a perfect example.
Yeah. They were going to build around him. Yeah.
Karis LeVert even.
Yeah.
They literally said right before he was traded, "Yeah, we're not trading you." And then it was like, "Yeah, see you later."
You're gone. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a business.
Yeah, Halliburton. That was crazy. Like he was so upset.
Oh, he was crying.
Yeah, he was crying.
Yeah, he was that upset. He said that, or the fans. He was there supporting the community. He loved Sacramento.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just a business, and so it's a two-way street when it comes to that. But next up is Mitchell Robinson for Portland Trailblazers. An ideal scenario. Again, Zach, you had to use the bathroom when it came to user Nurkic. They were saying Portland Trailblazers, so now they're talking about another big possibly going to the
door flung all the way open by the window.
Another center going to Portland again. So I'm not sure if they're had talked about possibly letting, in this example, having Yusuf Nurkic go home or walk away or not. But
yeah, this doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you get rid of the better player for a worse player? I mean, Mitchell Robinson is definitely younger.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's
always in.
He's injured.
Yep.
He's very one-dimensional in
yep.
that he's a
defensive player.
Yep. And when he does play defense, he gets into foul trouble quite often too.
I don't like that.
No.
For Portland, it looks like the Knicks are blowing up. Like,
it looks like it.
Randall's gonna be gone.
Mitchell's gonna be gone.
Like
possibly Rose, maybe.
Yeah,
be gone too.
Gone. Yeah.
I know they're wanting to get rid of Kemba Walker's contract, so.
Well, there's no doubt about that.
Well, I mean, look, by next player it says
Jalen Brunson going to the New York Knicks. Huh. That's not a bad option.
I think that the Mavs need to try very
Or
hard
to get him to stay.
keep him
Oh,
to
yeah.
stay.
Oh, yeah.
They don't like what we talked about in our last podcast. Outside of Luka, like he's the next best player
By far.
to lose.
Yeah.
Him, like that would be very hard.
Yeah.
And plus, let's face it, when Doncic's on the bench, Brunson runs the offense.
And
So
that's nice.
who are you gonna have?
Like, and he's a good player to put with Luka too.
Oh,
he
yeah.
can shoot off of
Oh
Luka.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think. Yeah, you don't want to lose him.
No.
He's unrestricted though, so I guess.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
See how much he's gonna get. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And it's
how much money?
I would say, when it comes to the Knicks, they have salary cap. They can just throw crazy amount of money.
Get rid of all these other guys. Yeah.
Losing Randall and losing Mitchell, I don't think they paid either one of them very much.
No, I don't know about. I have no idea.
Next up is DeAndre Ayton staying with the Suns. Not too surprising on this one. They'll match whatever contract. By golly, this is where
unless somebody goes totally crazy. And offers them a huge contract.
This one's a really hard one though, because like you said, if somebody goes crazy, I think this one will be a Tom Brady thing. If Ayton wants to stay on the Suns, he will. If he wants to go to a different team, I know he's restricted, but if he starts talking to other teams about going there and they're willing to pay him, I think the Suns let him walk.
They might.
Because he's not worth a $30 million contract. You know, he could get $20 million. He's a solid starting center.
Oh yeah.
But he's not.
He's not.
He wouldn't be a starter on every team.
Not every team. Yeah.
What kind of contract does Booker have now?
He's a pretty good sized contract.
Yeah.
I want to say he's on a super team.
I was going to say eventually he's going to be a
Supermax, I believe.
Eventually, because he needs one, because he'll be all NBA this year.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to be
he's got at least 2 more years on his contract.
I don't know what kind of salary cap Phoenix has, because
I mean they might be good on it though, because
they're not paying Jay Crowder price.
He's making very little money.
They're not paying Jay Crowder. They're not paying
Mikal Bridges or Bridges.
Honestly, Chris Paul's not making that much.
He's making $30 million.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
3 year, 90 million.
Yeah,
it's a solid contract for Chris Paul.
Yeah,
I just didn't think it was that much.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess it just depends on how much.
Yeah.
If Ayton can go to somebody like
Dallas.
Him
as a center, or the Knicks
again,
But again, it just depends on if
crazy teams offer him 25 to 30 million. Suns may not back it; they may not sign it.
Yeah,
because
he's a young player that works well with the team. I like him staying there. I don't think that they're going to pay him.
No, not 25 to 30 million. I don't see it.
I guess the owner of the Suns is not the most liked either. He's
got some issues going on. What year is Ayton in? Is this his rookie contract?
This is a rookie contract.
Rookie contract. Yeah. Okay.
Which last year I think last year was his team option, and now he's a restricted.
Yeah, because he was a top 3 pick.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So he might not even have a team option. They might have just signed him to a 3-year deal.
Yeah, he had the 2-year. He was drafted in 2018 because it was the Luka Doncic, Marvin Bagley, Trae Young draft.
Okay.
It was in 2018, so he had 2 years as a rookie contract. The 3rd year was probably the team option. Now he's a restricted free agent. Miles Bridges is a restricted free agent at 5.
They'd be so stupid to let him go.
By far. Oh, yeah.
Did it show they still with the Hornets?
Restricted. They're saying ideal landing spot is for him to stay with the Hornets.
I would let Rozier go before I would let
him by far.
Go.
Yeah. I would trade away Rozier's contract and then just get him whatever money he wants.
And I mean, honestly, they probably don't have to, because I can't think of any. I mean,
Hayward, yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of that, well, Oubre's making a decent amount. I think he's making $20 million, I think.
Really?
15-20 million, I believe. Huh. But, yeah, it's still under 25. That means plenty of time for him to develop some more chemistry with LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball is only on his rookie contract, so they should has still plenty of cap space. So no matter what, you match whatever contract that he's going to get.
Okay. Bradley
Wow,
Beal,
player option with the Washington Wizards. There's so many different rumors when it comes to this young man. So
I think he's another Russell Westbrook player option that he really should take it.
Just take it, yeah.
Because I don't, with his injury this year.
Yeah, that hurt him a lot.
Yeah,
like
so much.
Him, John Wall, and Otto Porter. I don't think any of them deserve the contracts that they got.
No.
I mean, they were good players, and they deserved good contracts, but they got
37. Like what I say, $37 million.
Yep.
Shit.
Like, we have to decline $37 million.
He needs to take that.
Yep.
You're a really good player on a shitty team. It makes you look like a great player.
Oh yeah. It always does.
I don't think.
Yeah, he's been hurt too much too. He's hurt.
Let's see here. What does it say? Could largely positionless at the forward spots with Rui Hachimura, Kyle Kuzma, and Denny. I don't know how you pronounce that last name. Avija?
Yeah, I can't remember. I've heard of it.
Chris Porzingis can stretch the floor at the 5, and the slashing lanes to the rim should be there for Beal to
He might as well just stick with Washington.
Yeah, he's been there, yeah.
I mean, unless somebody wants to pay him a freaking big contract.
There was talks of 2 teams that they might sign and trade is the Memphis Grizzlies is one of them, and the Golden State Warriors was another one. Sign and trade.
Okay.
So they would... whatever team would want to sign him, they would offer him that kind of a contract, and they would have to match that kind of contract with other contract players' contracts to be able to match the contracts.
So you have to work all that out somehow. Yep. Oh, jeez, that's a pain in the
Yeah.
So just stick with the Wizards.
Yep.
He fits right in there with them.
And I mean, he can still be
their big player, their big star, and all that. Yeah.
Oh, there's actually 3 other teams that were talks of possible landing spots for Bradley Beal. Is the Denver Nuggets.
Really?
Yep.
That would be nice. Him playing alongside of Murray and Porter.
There are talks of them trading away Murray's, or not Murray, but Porter. Michael Porter Jr. Right. So then you would have the backcourt of Jamal Murray
and
Beal with Nikola Jokic. That'd be intriguing.
Along with you, yeah.
Dallas Mavericks is another one.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And then the Philadelphia 76ers is the last team that I heard with him and James Harden. Yeah. That backcourt would be god awful on defense.
Yeah.
Just watch they go by. God, it'd be awful.
I like having your good players spaced out.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you had 2 good guards and then the big center, like the Nuggets.
There's only one basketball.
Yeah.
Again.
Like I like the Nuggets having Joker, Porter, and
Murray.
Yep. Center, forward, and guard. Yeah.
Yep.
And also, because Beal and Harden, Beal likes to have the ball in his hands.
Yep.
And we know Harden has to have
his hands.
And the B
wants to have the post or
that'd be kind of a.
Yeah, I don't see that at all.
No.
Especially with Maxey and
Maxey also.
But Thibault. Well, there are talks of the Maxey and Thibault being traded away to be able to get him.
Okay.
Yep.
Because that'd be a lot of money going there for.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, because that'd be 37
max.
Harden's 40 and
Embiid's 30,
50.
30,
It's
50.
Gonna be 50 eventually. Oh, here we go.
The man that we've
been waiting to talk about.
Yep.
James E. Harden.
Yeah, he's another player who's not going to decline his options.
Yeah.
He's not making that again.
What's it say he's going to make? It doesn't say.
It doesn't say, I'll go and look it up, but I want to say it's $47 million. Let me make certain.
Much has been made of the demise. Remember, well, see, that's the thing. 22 points, 10 assists. I mean, that's tremendous.
That's.
But it's kind of a weird. Oh, that's with the Nets. Now, okay, with the Sixers, lower. More assists, less rebounds.
Yeah, but that was in his first few games.
Less threes. There are some.
He is going to be making $47 million.
Jesus Christ!
And that again. I know that there were talks of contract extension of making that $50 million a year.
Super max.
Yep.
Yeah. Give him a big contract.
We're fine with that. We're good.
Oh, it's close. Okay.
I do not.
Well,
but again, it's just like Westbrook. Go ahead.
Well, it says Daryl Morey is going to be the general manager still there, so he.
Oh
likes
yeah, those are best buds.
Harden,
yep.
So he'll keep him.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like Westbrook, and there's certain players that from here on until they want to retire, they're going to give them that kind of money no matter what, because it's that potential of
what they did in the past.
Yeah. And Harden's going to get that $50 million, $40 to $50 million no matter what.
Jesus.
But again, the ideal land spot is for him to stay with the 76ers because they gave up 2 first-round picks, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and Ben Simmons. That's a shit ton. If I'm Roy, like, you better be signing with us because we gave up a ton to get you over here.
Wouldn't that be?
Harden just walks away.
Thanks a lot, you asshole.
I don't understand how a player can be considered so good to be on his 3rd team in
what's that tell you? What's that tell you about him?
Like, I mean, he's on
he's that great,
4th team overall.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he should have left the Thunder. That was But
what's that tell you about him?
Yeah.
I just don't.
He gained a shit ton of weight.
He gained
whenever he goes to Rockets.
Very selfish. Kind of. Yeah. Well, he gives up on you.
Yeah.
As a player, he gives up on the team.
He sits on the sidelines and just watches.
Yeah. He doesn't even want to play with them.
No.
What kind of teammates that?
And I don't understand if you're going for a championship, why you would not go to a championship team. Like, I mean, I guess the Nets just happen to get hurt at the same time.
Yeah. And Irving.
The stuff with Kyrie and the.
But he gave up on. He just gave up though.
Yeah.
He just kind of gave up. Said, "Oh well, screw it."
Yeah.
Instead of trying to fight hard and make him better and do something.
Now that he's on a championship team, like he's like, what are you doing? Like,
he's gained weight.
Yep.
He's kind of
now again, like what I talked about in playoffs. The playoffs, the playoffs podcast. That it comes playoff time, he chokes.
To choke. Yeah,
he chokes. He goes and stands there, and he has his opportunity to be one of the best players, and he just shrinks in the playoffs. And we talked about this also in the playoffs predictions, is that when it comes to free throws, they restrict on that so much. You don't go to the free throw line. It's a very rare chance that you do.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's his go-to
It's a big
thing.
game. Yeah,
I think a big part of him shrinking in the playoffs, though, is like how he was basically a LeBron James and took his teams to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
So in the playoffs, you play good teams constantly.
Yep.
And they take you away, take away what you do well.
Yeah, it's true.
Whenever players around, you can't pick up the slack.
So what he's going to do now, he'll be able to throw the ball into Embiid.
Yep. Have him take some of the burden.
Yep.
So, I mean,
he's not going to have to be the
guy.
part of it.
It just depends on his effort level in the playoffs.
As long as he tries.
Yep.
But they should be better.
Should be.
Yeah, I mean, you got Embiid to throw the ball to. He's just going to give the ball up now. That's a smart move.
Yep.
Oh, is that? Wow,
Zach LaVine at 2.
I didn't know that.
Chicago Bulls, again, it makes sense. They just got into the playoffs. By golly.
Yeah.
We talked about this again in the playoffs predictions videos that you were missing Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso, 2 great defending guards and just good guards in general. As they got lucky that they even got the 6th seed. They kind of towards the end of the tail of the season, they started losing a lot of games.
They fall apart. Yeah,
they did fall apart. Zach had brought up that when it comes to the top tier teams, the top seeded teams, they lost to quite often, and the teams that didn't even make the playoffs. Yes, they could beat them, but it's crazy going from one of the best teams to only a 6th place team.
Yeah.
It hurts them a lot, but you did get them into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, for a while, they were the number 1 team in the East.
Mm-hmm.
They were dominating.
Oh, yeah.
Even in their
DeRozan was an MVP talk.
Which has the Bucks and the Cavs. And the Cavs started out on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, I see them resign them. I mean, it's going to be about the money, I guess, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it shows that he's unrestricted. So it's really if some other team is willing to pay. But I feel like he's one of those guys that is like, I'll take a little less money
to stick with the
Bulls.
Bulls.
Yeah, I mean, not a bad call.
Yeah,
because I think he got treated really shitty on the Timberwolves.
Oh yeah,
So while he's here, I think he likes playing in Chicago.
Yeah,
he probably feels like, let's give this a chance to actually become
And I think at the end
contender.
it talks about how the sample size of all of them playing together is too small to see.
It'd be nice to see if they all played. Played in the healthy season.
It
makes sense.
Lonzo and Patrick got hurt. At the beginning
Caruso
of the year.
got hurt. Yeah.
And Lonzo's been out almost all year, and Patrick was out most of the year. And
so if they could all come back next year, then maybe they can.
Because that's what they were missing was some key defensive stops.
Oh yeah.
To turn their offense back around.
Yep.
Because him, DeRozan, and Vooch are their big three.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
None of them are defensive.
No, all offense.
No. The key thing is like what we just said is money. DeMar DeRozan's making $25 million. Lonzo Ball's making $25 million. Vooch, I want to say is making $20 million
at least
minimum, if not $30 million. There's only so much salary cap you have.
Yeah, he's coming from the Magic where he
was
the almighty there. So he might even make more than that.
Yeah.
I can't believe they're paying Ball that much though.
Yeah, he was a 2-year, $50 million sign and trade with the Pelicans.
That's gross.
Yeah,
they way overpaid for that.
And then same with DeMar DeRozan with his 2-year, $50 million sign and trade with the Spurs.
I could see that.
I think it's the fact that Ball was a first-round pick.
It must have been.
That's still.
Plus, he did actually have a pretty good year with the Pelicans. He shot like 36% from 3. He was
Lonzo's overrated.
I think he is too. I think he's overrated. I like LaMelo more than Lonzo.
100%.
Yeah.
LaMelo doesn't have the defense that Lonzo does.
But his offense is
quite a bit better.
So
he killed the Pacers. Absolutely killed the
shooting.
Pacers. We couldn't stop him if our lives depended on it.
But
we had nobody that could go.
That was how it was when they played together too. Was LaMelo was kind of the facilitator and Lonzo was kind of
the scorer,
the defender. Yeah,
the defender.
Last and certainly not least, Kyrie Irving with a player option for the Brooklyn Nets. You
I'm sorry, but Kyrie Irving is a cancer.
He is. I know. I agree.
He's the same.
He's
as
another
Harden.
team killer. He's like Russell Westbrook.
He's on his third, fourth team, and
he goes from team to team and team.
Like he, even whenever
Boston.
LeBron James had came out and said that he was leaving Cleveland. Kyrie could have stayed and been the.
Yeah, he said, "I'm out of here."
But he's like, "No, I don't want to play anymore."
Then Boston, he kind of got himself out of Boston, didn't he?
Well, he was talking about how he's going to re-sign with them, and I love this city and so on and so forth. And he just packed up his stuff and left. Yeah, that was pretty rough circumstance with that.
He's a hell of a player, but his attitude's weird. He's got a weird attitude.
Very unique individual when it comes to that.
I think him taking his player option will depend on Kevin Durant. I think if he wants to play with Durant enough,
he'll stay. Yeah,
but I think another team will pay him to come play there.
Yeah,
What's the show that he makes a year?
It doesn't. I don't think it specifies on here, but I'll go look it up.
Yeah, look it up. I'm sure it's 40 something, don't you think?
No, because
it's not that much.
He wouldn't have been able to get that much because he couldn't have had a supermax. Because on Cleveland, he was only on a rookie contract.
Oh wow!
And then Celtics couldn't have paid him more than 30.
Oh okay.
Let's see here. 34 million?
34. Oh, okay.
He has a player option for next year for 36 million.
Okay.
36.5 million.
So more than 40.
So what's going to happen then? The Nets will probably have to do a big contract extension with him, won't they?
Probably that's what they would do. Yeah, they go and sign him to this. He'll pick up this option, and then he'll probably talk to the Nets about getting a contract extension.
40 or 160 million or something. 40
probably
million
around that. Yeah.
Wow.
Ben Simmons.
Yeah, Ben Simmons. He's got a huge contract, doesn't he?
I don't think it's that big.
$35 million a year.
Yeah.
And he's not an unrestricted free agent until 2025, so we got a couple of years with him left.
It'll be interesting to see. I don't know what's real and what's not with him anymore.
Ben Simmons?
I guess he does actually have a bad back.
Yeah,
I guess.
because he's still not playing.
Yeah,
they're making jokes about it at the All-Star game, which was like 3 months ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah, he's not playing.
And he still hasn't played a game.
Yeah, he actually had a bad back. I guess he had a shot last week, I think, in his back, and he's starting to get some movement, and he's starting to practice a little bit, but he's still. They're saying they're possibly optimistic that he might return in Game 2 or the latest of Game 4, but it might be too late then. But the latest of 4, earliest of 2, possibly. Yeah. So
it's hard to believe his back is that bad. Huh? I mean, it's kind of.
I mean, he's one of those players that's really tall.
Yeah,
so,
really tall.
It kind of developed.
6'9". Yep.
Back issues.
Oh, he's only 6'9". I thought he was 6'10".
Might be 6'10".
Maybe 6'10". Yeah.
I mean, hell, he might be even 6'11".
He's a big kid.
Yeah. 5'11", or no 5'11", but his contract is 5 years. But I like that move when it came to James Harden for Ben Simmons a lot, so much, because everything what Harden does is what Simmons doesn't do, but Simmons does everything better in the other categories that Harden doesn't. Defends as better. Well, he doesn't do better as good as passing and facilitating as Harden does, but the defense that he brings as such a length of his is huge.
I thought it worked out really well for both teams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like they're talking about losing the trades. Like, I mean, if Harden gives up, they definitely lost the trade.
Right.
And if Simmons gives up, they definitely lost the trade.
Right.
But, I mean, like, Harden is an all-NBA player whenever he wants to be.
Yep.
And that goes really well with Embiid to give up the extra assets. And then, like, Simmons didn't work well with Embiid because they're both that paint-centric player.
Right.
But works really well with Kyrie and Durant because they're not the paint-centric players.
They stay out on the perimeter, right?
You got Simmons and Drummond in the paint, and then they got Curry and Kyrie and Durant all on the outside, so it's a good blend. And then, like you said, Simmons' defense is just
tremendous.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally, he's like Dennis Rodman.
He can shut people down.
Put him on whoever you can't.
Yeah.
Like,
it's too bad.
He can guard 1 through 5.
Yep.
It'd be nice if he could play in this postseason.
It'd be nice
just to see
how the chemistry would work with him and Kyrie and Durant.
I like the idea of him taking on Giannis, and
that'd be interesting. That'd be awesome.
Winning that series.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big anti-repeat thing.
Okay. No on Giannis or the Bucks going there.
Giannis winning MVP twice in a row. I was like,
I
mean, he deserved it, but I don't like it. I don't want the Bucks to win back-to-back championships. I mean, now don't get me wrong. If the Pacers went on a run and won 3 championships, 4 championships in a row, okay, we're cool with that. But like,
good point.
I really, it's nice to see other people doing stuff. That's I think the big reason why I think I wanted the Suns to win over the Bucks.
Yeah,
is because I really want Chris Paul to get a ring.
Right.
2, I just really don't want the Bucks to win again.
I'd like to see the Suns.
And I just don't see.
Suns are going to be a good team for maybe years. Well, maybe
2 or 3 years, maybe
Chris
roughly.
Paul going, I think it
would hurt.
Going to hurt.
That would hurt. But I think with Booker Well, Booker, you put a good guard around him.
They're going to be a playoff contender team for years
to come. Yeah.
But
Paul's going to eventually retire.
The key one.
In fact, if Paul wins it, well, he probably won't leave because he's got that 3 year.
Yeah, 3 year. Yeah, he's
got contract. So
yeah, he's got 2 more years left.
He's not going to give that. Yeah, he's not going to give that up. But it will be. It's going to help them if they win the championship. They're going to be a tough team from there on in.
Oh yeah. But I think this is going to be the end of this podcast. The following podcast will probably be right after the playoffs are over with. We settle down, see who won the championship, who did as bad as we expected them to do, so on and so forth. And that we'll probably do our power rankings during that video of the best team in our opinion to the worst team. We'll also talk in depth more on the updates on the NBA draft and free agency period.
That sounds good.
And with all that being said, guys, we're going to end this podcast right here, and we'll talk to you guys later.